Hello.
Hey. I changing microphones today, so it might be a bit too loud. Let me just pull that back a bit. There we go.
Oh yeah. So I have one of these microphones. Remember I tried it,
Mm-hmm.
but I need to find some sort of interface because when I put it in, remember I couldn't hear you.
Yeah. I remember.
Something happened.
Yeah, I think I know
So
how
I
to
have
fix
to
that.
figure
I
that
think
out.
I think I know how to fix that in your Zoom settings. I can work with that. You don't even need an interface. I just know. I think you just need a different thing in your Zoom settings. So we should be good. Um, so I did check. So this funnel, right? Funnel. It's really an endurance test. It's the person who can stay longest in the funnel.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's an individual event. We've only seen team events so far. So they have like individuals from each team. They go in and they go round and round and round. So it's the last person to finish
Okay.
wins.
Do you have the link? Can you send it to me?
Yeah. The link for anyone watching, if you're watching later or if you're watching live, the link is in our description below. It's due to start in 8 minutes. The crowd's going wild. Where is the chat?
And we're gonna immerse ourselves in this marble flap show. What is it again?
The Marble Olympics, the Marble League. Marble Flap Show. Is that what she said?
Yeah.
That makes it sound like something crude. Like the marble peep show? Like what are we talking about?
Oh, the what's the event today?
Funnel
Funnel,
endurance. Yeah.
funnels, flaps. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I didn't know what you were talking about. I didn't in tune that from what you had said. So yeah, funnel. It's an endurance event, individual. Right now, Minty Maniacs is still number one after 2 events. Hello. Um, so we'll see how they go today. Oranges jumped from 10th place to 2nd place after their
Hey, we
showing
want to
last week.
send a shout out to Eric who sent us a message.
Yes, Eric.
So Orange, he is orange. The Orange's #1 fan.
Yeah, definitely. Looks like possibly from I don't know. He had a name that he could have been from Amsterdam. They love their orange there.
Oh
Dutch
yes,
always compete in orange,
yes.
so maybe that's where that's coming from. Maybe he could drop us another comment and let us know
Yeah,
where he's commenting
call
from.
yourself Eric.
So I'm wearing green for I guess I've jumped onto a bit of a bandwagon jumper here, given that you jumped on Minty Maniacs early and now they're leading. I've got my green on, which is kind of cheeky because that wasn't my first team, but hey.
Who doesn't love the Minty Maniacs is what I'm trying to say. It's
I
like,
agree with you.
seriously, they're cute as hell. They have, I mean, who else can pull off brown, black, and minty green?
Right.
I mean, fashion icons.
Yeah.
Way to go.
But I think Balls of Chaos is still somewhere up around 4th or 5th place. I've still got a chance. And you know I love my balls.
You're a fanatic of balls, for
Balls.
sure.
Ball fanatic. Known for it, actually.
Let's see a little bit what's going on here with the fans. They're getting revved up. I see Maddie Fables saying Oceanics turning the tide. That's a new hashtag.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
We have Jay Vera, who's all the way. Wow, there's a lot of fans. Orangers have so many fans. I think there's a fan favorite.
Yeah, well, I guess they've been around for a long time. They've had a lot of success in the past, so that tends to give you some fans when that happens.
Dan Scolaire says that the comeback starts today with the Orangers.
Oh, wow. Well, I mean, going from 10th to 2nd, I feel like the comeback started last week, man. Yeah, 10th to 2nd, that's a big jump. Let me get my standings up here, see where else we have. I'm now on the jeppelmarbleruns.com fandom.com wiki. It's the best place I've seen for results and qualifiers and all that sort of stuff. That's where we got our click-throughs to find out what teams we liked in the first place. So yeah, Minty Maniacs first after balancing, first after half pipe. Crazy Cat's Eyes dropped from Crazy Cat's Eyes went up from 5th to 3rd last week as well. Got to watch out for them. Raspberry Racers, my number one. They dropped from 2nd to 4th, so I'm going to stick with them though. That's not a huge drop. They can keep it going. Balls of Chaos went from 4th to 8th. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. I'm going to get this done. So yeah, going into the funnel endurance. So not sure what the form is like for this, but interesting to see who they send out for their, you know, which team member they get to get in the funnel.
Okay, so who are the top 3s right now as teams?
Minty Maniacs, Oranges, and Crazy Cat's Eyes.
I got 2 up there.
Yeah,
I got 2 up there.
And then Raspberry Racers are in 4th, so I feel like they can
do
pull it up from there. Yeah.
Come on, Raspberries. Come on, Raspberries.
I was watching some of the qualifiers, and like you can really get a lot of points in this, like between the first and the, it's all about the angle you take it in on. Are you going in, you know, you take on a high angle and starting wide, or you can, sometimes they just balance right on the edge for 8 because they're going so slow and they just balance and balance and balance. So, you know, there's a lot of points to be picked up here, I think.
Oh, and Brennan, finally, I see some raw raspberries over here.
Okay.
Hey, Brennan, we need some more support for the raspberries. I'll be honest, they don't have a lot of fan support.
They don't seem to have a lot of support, do they? And they've been around a long time too.
Didn't I tell you about raspberries and how they're not the popular berry?
Well, yeah,
They're
maybe
not
so.
the popular berry.
I was thinking of you because there were 3 for $10 at my supermarket this week, and I picked them up thinking, haha, 7, I'm going to enjoy these raspberries in for the Raspberry Races. But that being said, I was a pretty fair-weathered fan. I nearly forgot I was a fan of theirs, getting so excited about my Minty Maniacs, or your Minty Maniacs. So maybe all Raspberry Racer fans are like me and just a little bit fair-weathered.
Come on. There we go. Raspberries. Rigor. Thank you. Some support for the raspberries over here.
I'm gonna maybe I should get changed into pink. This is I'm not usually a fair-weathered fan, 7, you know?
Hey, you know what? You gotta do what you gotta do as a fan, okay? If you're a fan, go for it.
I think I'm gonna have to put some pink on.
I honestly say, the way I dress today, for those of you that are gonna join us after the event, we're gonna be doing a prayer for Cam Newton. And I'm dressed for Cam Newton's prayer. And this is what I am, because you know I'm gonna zip it because we're gonna talk about that later.
That's right. Yeah, I've got sticker. So anyone who's joining us, the link to what we're watching is in the description. It's Jelle's Marble Race Event 3 Funnel Endurance, and then after that, stick around. We'll be saying a prayer for Cam Newton moving to Boston. Might have to say a prayer for my football team that played this morning, in Australia. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of crystals out. I've got the sage. We're gonna get this sorted out.
With the aromatherapy, I put out an aromatherapy, some essential oils, some spruce essential oil.
Nice.
That's an evergreen. I'm putting out the evergreen vibe, which is forever more the whole year. We want him to be strong like a spruce, and we want him to smell as good. Oh,
okay. Hadn't thought about that. Premiere will begin shortly, it's saying. So
it makes you a better teammate.
I can see that. I can definitely say that. Let me
Miguel Tavares, come on, raspberries.
All right. I'm excited for this.
Oh, they're coming in. Raspberry Racers, Frumpy Crust. Hey, Frumpy Crust, cool nickname, and yes, go raspberry.
All right, I'm gonna just pop us in here in the link again. Oh, wow. The crowd's going really nuts. Mint condition.
That's right. Mint condition, honey. That's the new hashtag.
Yeah, Oceanics have been surprisingly poor so far. Damn.
Wow.
Savage Speeder's normally good, but I suspect they're best. I mean, you're called Savage Speeders. You're not going to do so well in the endurance events, right? That's, maybe their best is yet to come, but Oceanics 10th and 13th, really slow start. So,
Oh, the countdown started.
Oh yeah.
Let me put mine on mute. There you
go. Me too. It's about to.
It's just Alfie. Another shout out to the racers, Raspberry Racers.
Oh,
wow, the crowd is going wild. I can't even keep up with this top chat thing. Going so fast.
I know.
Whoa. Anyways, welcome to MSKS Sports. This is where you're gonna hear it live.
I've got the countdown at 1:29. Is that where you're at?
Nope, 1:18.
Oh dang.
How am I? Yeah, it's 10 seconds. We're 10 seconds. Well, this is good. I like that they do the countdown so we can synchronize.
Yeah. All right. Now I'm at 1:14.
1:05.
Dang.
3.
I'm gonna have to reset. I'm gonna have to refresh, and hopefully it's more live.
Let's see. There's 5,522 people watching right now.
Not bad for a Friday afternoon fixture.
Yeah, they're doing great.
It's public holiday here in America, of course, but all right. Now I'm at 50 seconds.
50?
Yeah.
45. I'm at 32. I just paused it.
Oh, don't
now
pause
I'm
it.
At 31. 30. No?
Okay, I'm 7 seconds behind you. I'm not normally, usually like we're right at the same thing.
It went up, 27. Interesting. It did a reset.
All right, I've just refreshed the page. I'm at 20 seconds.
Yes, 18. 17.
Yes. All right, we're in sync. We're in sync.
Finally.
Right, fans, if you're watching this on the replay, go to that video in the link now. It should be starting right on time. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, races a go.
We're off.
This is our first funnel endurance. Let me see if I've got
Jelle's Marble Run.
Oh, that's funny. I always thought Jelle's, but Jelle also makes sense.
Maybe it is Jelle.
We're going to have to get someone in the comments to correct us on that one.
Yeah, let us know. Is it Jelle's or Jelly?
That's right.
Like Jelly.
It is nice. I like it a lot more too. All right, this is a sample run. While that's happening, let me just get some pink on for my raspberries.
They got to go through 5 Wormley Wiggies and 2 dishes, 3, 4,
5 big ones.
Dishes,
5 small ones, 5 big ones.
And then bam.
There you go.
So whoever takes the longest wins?
Yep. Yeah, it's an endurance race.
Okay. So here, what we need to be paying attention at is the dismount. I think the dismount is key. You can't go fast because once you get that momentum, you're not going to be able to stop yourself.
But sometimes the momentum might keep you whizzing a lot. Like the momentum might be the momentum might be like the G-force that you need to stay up there. Oh, are they racing?
They're off. They're off.
Oh boy. It is all happening here.
Is that a minty marble at the end?
It looks like it could be.
We're starting great. All
yes,
right.
That's definitely Minty Maniacs at the back.
Oh,
wow. Oh, that looks like could be a ball of chaos at the back too, or it could be one of those cats.
I believe that's Oceanic who started the first plate, green plate.
Oh, wow. Minty Marbles really caught up, which is not a good thing.
No. Damn, who's that at the end? Still in the orange plate. Oh my goodness. They're doing great. Who is that? Is that a wispy darkness? Wisp of darkness.
It's harder in the wow, it's harder to see when they're individuals.
Oceanics are not doing well. Oceanics are not doing well. Neither are the Galactics. Whoa, did you see that move?
Yes.
Whoa.
Oh, that's a good move too. Check that out.
Whoa.
Check that out. Oh. See, I think that's why that marble actually is going quite fast. See how it's like circling, which means that it's too fast to get into the hole easily. Oh, Minty Maniacs has gone to the back again.
Yes. Okay, who's the first one? I'm telling you here, it's gonna be a Galactic or an Oceanic that's gonna get down first.
Yeah.
Oh, is that a Raspberry Racer over there? Oh no. Who's that? Who is it?
Oh, there's
that's either Galactic or
that's Team Momo. Momo through first.
That's a yellow one, mellow yellow.
Mellow yellow.
Mellow yellow.
That's Galactic. Oh, Oceanics, yeah.
I knew Oceanics was up there. Bumblebee. Oh, Minty Maniacs.
Savage Speeders.
Savage Speeders. I was wondering. I thought it was the wispy wisps of darkness.
It's green. It's green ducks. This is a green duck coming in last.
Oh shoot.
Wow.
Go ducky.
206.
Ducky representing for
Ooh,
the
that was duckies were the one that had the move.
yeah. It was I'm gonna call it a burbly burbable. That's
Burbly burbable. Yeah. A burbly burbable.
burbable.
Yeah.
Because that was like basically it looked like a fountain, you know, when the water comes up and it bubbles and gushes.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like.
Totally. All right. Now we got Hornets. We got so Balls of Chaos and Raspberry Races and Cat's Eye and Thunderbolts are in this one. Damn. Okay. Raspberry Races are pretty far back. Midnight Wisps are.
Oof. Who's leading this pack? Who's that leader? Is that Midnight Wisps?
Crazy Cat's Eye, I think.
Uh-oh. Oh, that white one came like lightning.
Yeah.
Oh, take your time if you want to win. Is that Raspberry Racers?
Yep, that's Raspberry Racers just coming in fourth. That's Midnight Wisps. There's your Rangers doing really well. I think Rangers are going to be really hard to beat in this competition.
Orangers! Oh, take it easy, Orange.
Oh.
Who's the
Balls
first?
of Chaos is at the back.
Ah, your boys.
But boys, Cats. Oh my God, it's Cat's Eye, Rangers, and
move, Raspberry. A little too soon, though.
Much too soon. So it's Cat's Eye, Balls of Chaos, and Rangers at the very back. Holy moly! No, slow down. Oh no!
Whoa, burbly burbly.
Oof, bubbly bub.
Oh, the Oranges are doing the burbly burbly. Oh
my wow! God. Check that out.
Fans are going wild.
Oh, so good at that. Oh, look how they're all just circling. They're just circling. Oh no. My boys of Chaos. Oh my God, Raspberry Races have fallen so far back. Oh, and Balls of Chaos have just gone balls in. Too fast. Too fast, Balls of Chaos. Oh, wow. Rangers have been holding it down. They haven't let themselves get mixed up by everybody else. They just keep staying at the back. They're very expert at it. They've been practicing it in the off season, I heard.
Oh my goodness, the dedication it takes to do a burbly burbable.
Oh, Hornets are in, Midnight Wisps are in, Hazes are in, Raspberry Racers are in, Thunderbolts, Balls of Chaos, Crazy Cat's Eyes. Oh,
it's the Orangers. They're not even.
Look how they're bouncing off that. Oh,
they're toying with us. Good job.
Where they really see a lot of teams practice their speed going down, and they practice the angle going into the hole. The Orangers, they practice how they bounce out of the hole before they even get back in. Really impressive.
Okay. Look at this. Look at that last move. Oh. That's what I see in the comments. Oh.
Woof. All right. So the final. Oh, so that was then now we've got a final. We got Balls of Chaos, Green Ducks, Cat's Eyes, Savage Speeders, Bumblebees. Oh, I missed the other three. Minty Maniacs are in there. Team Momo would be. That's the Green Ducks are coming first this time. They were last time. Oh. When I say first, I mean where they are in the funnel, not where they are in the standings.
Okay, got it. Thank you for the clarification.
Yeah. Because I just sort of see them, right? And I'm like, they're coming first. That's bad.
Oh, man. Here. Whoa. They're going at it. I see. Is that the Minty Maniacs? Minty Maniacs
are up front. Yeah, they got to slow down. They
need to slow down. No! Oh, my goodness gracious. Is that the Ducks? Oh, I think that's an Oceanic that went through.
That's an Oceanic that went through, yeah.
They can't buy it.
Ducks went through.
They cannot.
Ducks went through. Now Minty Maniacs are through.
Like
Cat's Eye and, yeah.
Look at this. Oh, wow, that's impressive.
Ducks have totally choked after coming first last round. Oh, boy.
Look at this. Whoa.
I've got a bad feeling about Cat's Eyes here. You know, I don't like them. Oh, they're all on the same one. No one's running away with it to this race.
Synchronicity going on here. Whoa, that's beautiful.
They're all circling each other. No one's going Rangers through first.
They colluded to bump Orange. This is huge controversy. They bumped Orange. They all got together, synchronized, pushed Orange into the hole.
Well, I don't think there's any rules against that, man. That's just good. I mean, if you can work with your opponents, I mean, that's impressive, you know.
Oh
Good
my
for them. Like,
goodness
whew.
gracious. Oh, there they go again. There
Wow,
they go
it's so
again.
tight. It's so tight.
I think it
Oh,
was a
Oceanics are no good.
Oceanic, no
Oh,
way.
Minty Maniacs are still up there. I think it's going to be Minty. I think it's going to be Minty. Oh my God, it's going to be Minty. Oh my God. Oh my God. Total come from behind. They were through third at the top. Oh, wow.
Amazing.
Oh,
Orangers are number 2.
even though they went after the wrong people. Oh, wow.
Oh,
Minty taking it at the end.
that was
Unbelievable.
close. I was close.
Oof.
Look at this.
So
They
Maniacs
couldn't
keep.
stop the Orangers after they all got together. Sabotage.
Still couldn't.
Their Orangers run, they still got to number 2 because you cannot stop greatness.
That's what I'm saying. That was impressive. That was really impressive. That was such a close, tight race. And yeah, I mean, it's sort of like in the bike racing, teams will work together to stop someone else from getting ahead. And obviously Rangers are the team they think they have to beat. I think people are underestimating the Maniacs, right? Because they haven't done so well in the past. But the Rangers, they're known, so they went after them. They still managed to come second. Cat's Eyes is still up there. Maniacs hold their lead after 3 rounds.
Yes. I think this is our year.
The top 3, I think, will have increased their lead. So we'll have to check that out once one of our wonderful wiki fans has worked on that. But wow, that was exciting.
Amazing.
The heats were kind of dull. It was kind of easy. Like, it was, you know, easy win for the Rangers and the Ducks, but the Ducks choked in the final, came through first and second.
Yeah.
But everybody was in.
The Raspberries, though. Raspberries didn't really make a dent.
They were just sort of in the middle of nowhere, and they really needed to show themselves.
They got bumped down.
Yeah.
This is a problem. And, you know, and they don't really have a lot of support. I mean, who knows what's going on there? Maybe there's some infighting with the team. Like, you know, if the morale's down, forget about it. Nobody's going to go nowhere. Yeah,
and maybe there's some. I mean, you never know what they've done to the fans of their home stadium. You know, maybe they're up to the ticket prices. Maybe people are angry at the ownership. Like, there's a lot of stuff that happens. You know, in the UK, they have like people hiring banners to fly over the field, telling their owners to leave or their managers to leave. Like, it can get pretty intense.
I know a couple of teams where I want to do something like that too.
Oh yeah.
And the most famous one, you know which one it is. Right, in New York City, the most famous.
Oh, yes.
Ownership in the world.
Yeah, and they put that guy.
Allegedly.
And they put that guy. We're talking about the Knicks for anyone who wants to follow us. They put James Brolin on the advisory panel to the governor about opening up the city after coronavirus. And I'm like, this guy hasn't already messed up our basketball team. Now you want him to put it like, talk about fail son. This is a guy, his father is obviously a very successful businessman, right? Yes. And he didn't want his son ruining his real money. So he said, here, have a sports team, have some politics, just stay out of my real money. James Brolin on the committee for working out how to open up New York City after coronavirus. Guys, have we seen the Knicks in the last 20 years? This is a terrible idea. Oh my God.
Damn, Kat giving us the scoop today. What? She was in the street, okay? She was picking up that scoop and she's throwing that scoop right at you. What? Nice. I love the investigative reporting.
We get it all here. We say sometimes informed. That was probably my informed moment for the day. Let's just be real. That was
sometimes informed, passionate, always.
Just a lot of Oceanic fans are really upset. 16th places, very, very disappointing.
I don't think this is going to happen for the Oceanics. They're way behind. I don't think they can catch up to the Minties and the Orangers. Yeah. It's just really difficult, and especially with that type of performance, who knows what's going to happen?
Someone says, remember when Minty Maniacs were one of those struggling teams that no one ever noticed? But you picked them right off the bat this season. Before they started doing well, man, you had it coming. Oh, someone else is saying those old Minties will perish. Oceanics are disappointing me. Oceanics are 15th overall, and they're normal. I think they're the hosts. Oh no, Galactic are the hosts, but they automatically qualified.
They haven't showed up at all, the Galactics. And the Galactics are like that beautiful silver team, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. You know, I mean, beautiful team, but beauty is not all.
No, that's
There's more
right.
to sports than beauty.
That's right. As a Momo fan, disappointed Minty Maniac just brushing everybody's teeth, brushing off the competition. We love a pun. Gotta love some puns. So look, I found the fan. I'll let you know that next week. I've got to do some prepping for that. That's not for this week. I've got a little surprise for next week. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
So I have so many notes. I've been doing my notes. I've been doing my investigative sports journaling.
I'm glad you have, because I've been like not focusing at all. So lay it all on me.
The only thing right now that we need to focus on is on Cam Newton. That's it. There's a lot of sun coming, so I'm gonna need to take a moment.
All right. I'm gonna get my I've got my crystals back here, so that as we work out what we think. Now, I just want to make a disclaimer about, like generally, I would not ever do any kind of spell or anything like that on somebody who didn't know we were doing it. Like, it's not really ethical to do, even if it's a positive thing. So we're just more prayer, good vibes, right? Just, power of prayer, power of good vibes. I would love nothing more than to do an actual spell, get some herbs out, get all that sort of stuff. But it's not ethical if you haven't actually asked the person permission to do it. So
yeah,
we're just going to send some good vibes.
And I do not consent.
That's right. It's and there's no way that Cam Newton can consent because he doesn't know us yet. So one day.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. But we do
love ourselves some Cam Newton.
That's right.
And we need to just share our enthusiasm and excitement that he got signed to the New England Patriots. New England Patriots for 1 year. And
it's only 1 year. Interesting.
It's only 1 year. This is why we have to come on strong with the support from the get-go.
Okay, so I've got mixed feelings.
This is not a wait and see situation, Kath. That's what I'm trying to say. We cannot wait and see. We need to start from the get-go with the positivity and the vibes.
So I'm really confused. Let me tell you why.
All right.
So I love Cam Newton, always have. First question for you is, I'm seeing a lot of scuttlebutt on the internet of people saying, oh, now that he plays for the Patriots, people like him. Like, it's sort of the implication was that he's been put down by talking heads because he wasn't playing for the Patriots. And now he's playing for the Patriots. Everyone's acting like they always loved him. Is that true in your opinion, or has he always had the support of the...
Okay, there's always somebody trying to say something, okay?
Okay.
My experience, first of all, I can talk about myself, and I can talk about what I hear, what these talking heads be talking about.
That's what I mean, yeah. I want to hear both.
From my perspective, I have always loved Cam Newton because look at him. Mm-hmm. That's all I got to say.
The beauty isn't everything in sport.
But it isn't everything. That's right. But look at him.
It's a lot.
He looks lovely, okay? Mm-hmm. He has a beautiful smile, an amazing fashion sense. I mean, look at him. Just observe. You know me. I am a student of human behavior. That is what I, make my money off of, is human behavior and understanding it. Mm-hmm. And I am big on watching sports and looking at more than just the game. Yeah. I look at when they come in. I look at their interviews. I look at every interview they have, whether it's a sports interview or an outside sports interview. I look at all of that.
Yeah.
And for me, he seems like a lovely person who hasn't had in the professional realm, hasn't had enough support, which is why I'm excited about him being in the New England Patriots.
Because they have the structure there to really support him.
Yeah, I believe he was in the Panthers before. And I know this because they have a beautiful aquamarine outfit.
Yep.
That I absolutely like. And they have a Jaguar. I mean, no, wait. Did I say
Panther? Yeah, Panther. Yeah. Carolina Panthers. I think that I first became aware of him because... Right.
And it's so cute.
I became aware of him because I had a friend who had him as their quarterback on their fantasy team. Yeah, so that's when I first became. So I was always had half an eye on like wanting my friend to do well in the fantasy team. Then from watching him for that, like I only watched the Panthers. I always wanted the Panthers to do well, because of Cam Newton though. I didn't like, it wasn't a Panthers thing that I liked. I liked Cam Newton
No, I
specifically.
never even thought of the Panthers until Cam Newton. That tells you a lot. Nobody talked about the Panthers until Cam Newton came along. Come on, let's be for real, people. And let me tell you, let's see the perspective. I don't know what's in the heads of all of these talking heads. I don't know, but let me tell you, if he didn't have something special, they wouldn't talk about him all the time. Right. They're talking, even when he was losing, they were talking about him.
Yeah.
Because he has something special. And what he has that special is, I mean, his build it's a gift. He is a gift, and he is gifted. And unfortunately, he also had a lot of injuries, and I believe he even had a surgery, which is why he hasn't been on the top of his game. How can it be? He's recovering.
Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. He's got a good football mind too, right? Like
he definitely, from the beginning, he was in Auburn football, which is his collegiate background, and he won the national championship and the Heisman Trophy. He's no chump. He's no chump.
No, he's not. Well, the reason I'm confused is I've always hated the Patriots, right? And that's partly from, I guess I've watched football since before I moved to New York, but not much more. I think my first Super Bowl, I was in Glasgow. And
you and everybody else. I am tired. I'm sick and tired of people hating on the Patriots because they're amazing.
But this is what I'm trying to...
amazing. I really take offense of this.
Well, you haven't let me finish.
I'm sorry. I get out of it. Passionate. I can't help it.
I feel it. I feel that.
I'll zip it.
No, you don't have to. I was just like, wow. Because the thing is that for me, like I started watching football a little bit with my stepdad, and then like a little bit of all sorts of things before I moved to New York City. So I didn't have my dad, I had the Seattle Seahawks as a team. Then of course you move to New York City and you pick up on that Boston hate. And like, I've got Giants fans who say, I love the Patriots. They always let us win the Super Bowl, right? You can say something now if you want. You don't have to take that line down. And then, and also like a lot of New York people I know, the only reason they dislike the Patriots is because they actually dislike the Red Sox so much and they assume they're the same people. So it's like, I hate the Red Sox and the Red Sox fans are probably Patriots fans, so I hate the Patriots. Like, it's not actually a hatred of the Patriots. Now, I haven't watched football since before Brady ever played. So now I'm thinking, maybe I just didn't like Brady. This is where I'm at now. Like, I've never seen the Patriots without Brady. I do not like Tom Brady. So now I'm thinking, Cam Newton's playing for the Patriots. How do I feel about the Patriots now? I don't know yet. I'm not going to know till I start seeing them play. I'm actually not going to know until I see the game. Yeah. But so it's like, how can I want Cam Newton to do well, but not want the Patriots to do well? I don't think I can. I think I'm going to have to jump on that horse. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, this is like, I understand what you mean, because this is how I feel about the Lakers. Okay. I grew up hating the Lakers. I hated the Lakers. I grew up in Boston. Full disclosure. Okay. This is where me and my family, we identify as being from Boston. We love the Celtics, the Red Sox, and the New England Patriots. All right? I'm going to put that out there. That's the fact.
Yeah.
Now, growing up, the Celtics, that were an amazing team, and nobody can deny, because facts are facts, they are one of these legacy teams that, for history and beyond, will always be remembered.
Yeah.
So when we were in the 80s, there was this huge battle, and I was a little girl, so my hatred towards the Lakers is really influenced by me being a little girl and everybody being like, Larry Bird is my Magic Johnson, oh my God. So I just always wanted the Lakers to lose. So fast forward to my adult years, I always had that lingering hate towards the Lakers, and did not like the Lakers and their team members. And I not liking a team doesn't mean that you devalue the actual players. Individually, they're amazing, but it's just one of those things that it's about your colors. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Totally.
So since day one, I've been a fan of LeBron James.
Yeah.
He's always been in the East. Okay, I'm an East Coast girl. So he was in Cleveland. Nobody knew about the Cleveland Cavaliers until LeBron James came along. Let's be for real.
Yeah.
Nobody paid attention to them. So to me, it wasn't about the Cleveland Cavaliers. It was about LeBron James.
Yeah.
Then LeBron James went to Miami. I always was a Miami girl. I love Miami. Miami, I always see Miami as a Latin city, so I always have a little piece of my heart there. So when he went to Miami, I was really happy for him. Then he went back to Cleveland, was happy for him. And then he ended up in the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had to do a lot of meditation, a lot of contemplation and pondering, because I was like, what am I going to do? Am I going to start hating LeBron James because he's in this team that I was raised to hate? Let's be for real. I was socialized to hate them.
Yeah.
So I had to take a step back and just really understand that LeBron James is one of those athletes of a generation, and that he's done so much good in his community. He does so much good for America and America in general, Black Americans specifically. He's such an amazing role model. I'm sorry, I can't hate the Lakers no more.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's one of those situations. This is why I'm saying it as an example. Because it's like, all right, enough is enough. And, it's immature and I need to move on. So
you're saying that maybe I should consider that for the Patriots and Cam Newton.
Just, because
you would never tell me what to do. I know.
Would never tell you what to do. When I cheer for the Lakers, I am cheering for LeBron James. I want to see him succeed. I want him to get another championship. For me, this season is down the toilet. I don't know if they're going to get it together. So much controversy. I don't even know what to say about this. But today we're talking about football. I need to bring out the Kleenex, the napkins, the tissues to cry about basketball.
I know.
It's a lot. It's a lot. But it's not today. Today we're going to rejoice and celebrate.
Yes.
Cam Newton for this amazing opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're saying like you feel like he's going to have more like a structural support there, more talent around him to get this done. Probably, I mean, it makes a difference if you're like a little injury prone, having like really good physios, really good trainers, people who know how to like work you properly. Like I know that's one of the advantages my team in Australia has, because we have salary caps in Australia, but then like the clubs have more money than others. My team has hyperbaric chambers and just better ways to recover between games because we have more money than other teams, because we can't get better players than anybody else necessarily. But when that recovery stuff can make a difference too. So, I mean, I don't know, it's probably not as big a deal in the US because there's so much more money flying around, but
yeah, but I would think that the Patriots would have more in that. I don't know, because they are, listen, let's be for real. The Patriots have the greatest coach of all time.
Okay.
Bill Belichick.
Gotcha.
And when you have a leader like him, even though he is disliked by many, I would say even most.
Yeah.
You can't deny that he is amazing. And the real deal here is that there's people who broke ranks. Brady fans have broken ranks and they've gone to cheer for Brady.
Mm-hmm.
And the Belichick fans are rooting for the Patriots because they believe that it was Belichick who put Brady in that situation. But
that's going to be interesting to see, isn't it?
That it was Brady's talent that put it up on front.
Yeah.
We don't know.
And it's funny how people always have to like pit them against each other as if one could have been one without the other. Like, I mean, I guess we'll see, but obviously they both are amazing and, happened to work together just right. Neither of them had any diva about them to like say, I'm right or they work together to make
They don't work like that. This is what I like about the New England Patriots is that they are about the goal.
Mm-hmm.
And they're militant in their pursuit of championships and Super Bowls.
Mm-hmm.
And who doesn't like a winner? And all those people that hate on the Patriots because they're not winners. They probably come from cities that they never win Super Bowls.
Yeah, probably. As I say, mine came from that New York thing of not liking Boston teams in general. So, but yeah, it's. Yeah, I am a Cam Newton fan, so I don't know. I'm thinking. I'm just gonna grab some tourmaline here. So he's already in Boston. So here's the thing, right? What do we think he's going to face there? I mean, it's going to be I would have thought it'd be a bit more of a pressure cooker, because a bigger sports town usually brings more media attention, more of a circus around him.
Yep.
So whatever pressures he's already felt are going to intensify in that direction. Do you think that all of Boston will get behind him? Or do you think there are some people there that are going to give him a hard time?
Boston likes to win. Right. So, and I think that they're going to be behind them. My concern with the city of Boston and Black players is that, let's be for real, Boston is really white.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Black people. Duh. I was raised there. There are a lot of Black people, but there is a lot of, there's a lot of segregation. It's all informal. All right. And all of this is very controversial, because some people would say, that it's not that way. But my experience being raised there and having to go visit my mom every so often, that's the experience of a person of color, is that it is a place that sometimes can be invalidating, not necessarily unwelcoming.
Interesting distinction.
It's a distinction. So yeah, they'll welcome Cam Newton, but I believe that ignorance and racism, they may say things that may be invalidating of Cam Newton.
That's interesting.
And I want to put a lot of prayers of protection for him, and not so much about his physicality. We do want him to stay healthy, but also about just his soul and the strength it takes to be in a city like Boston, where sometimes it can be kind of unkind to people who don't fit the mold. Yeah. And let's be for real, Tom Brady fit that mold. Like, he is that quintessential white male with the beautiful supermodel wife,
and the butt chin.
And yeah, he is.
I've got a bit of a butt chin.
Oh, they would love you in Boston for your you should come one day. So that's what my concern is with Cam Newton, and I think recently there've been athletes been speaking up about, like, Boston is not necessarily the most inviting of places when you are a Black athlete or just a Black person in general.
Yeah, it's interesting that we say the word invalidating. There was a report that came out this week about it was done in Europe, and I think they listened to all different broadcasts of soccer, not just English Premier League, but it was all, I think it might have just been English Premier League. They listened to like 1,200 games, 640 individual broadcasters. Talking about 640 individual players, 1,200 broadcasts, 640 individual players. And they found a clear correlation where the sportscasters would talk about white players' intelligence, game making, and skills. And they would talk about the Black players' strength, speed, and their physical characteristics. And it was like this sort of, this is where it doesn't have to be unwelcoming to still be invalidating of, the
difference.
Yeah, Mane, who's plays for Liverpool, is one of like the greatest players in the world right now. And even they talk about him in terms of his in terms of his speed and his strength. But he's one of the most skillful playmakers and game makers in the game. And they never really talk about that. And it's such a subtle thing that I'm sure the sportscasters don't even notice that they're doing. That's how this stuff is sinking in. And that's something I'm sure that's like, everyone's going to be like, as long as Cam Newton's winning, everyone's going to be like, wow, he's amazing. We love him. But it'd be interesting to watch what's happening under the surface or just in the language around him.
I'm going to be paying attention.
Yeah.
I'm going to be paying attention because we want the best for Cam Newton. We want him to do well. And whatever I can do, and I don't know the man yet, but if there's something I can do, is to be sent some positivity his way.
Yeah, I'm just visualizing a lot of bright light shining down on him.
Oh, that's
and
beautiful.
It's encasing him in like a bubble of light. So in this bubble of light, all of his goodness can come out, and anything good can come in, but anything negative is just bouncing off him. So it doesn't even.
And I want to add a little bit of a gold tone to this light.
Yeah.
Because that gold tone is going to help reflect back.
Yeah.
So there's some reflection there. There's going to be some beautiful expansion. I feel like this is a new chapter for him, and he's just going to grow.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to show us things that we haven't seen from him before. I don't know. I get a feeling.
Ooh, yeah, I
Something
think you're right.
amazing. Something amazing.
I like that. I'm also thinking I'm going to shine a light down on Boston in general. I'm just going to like imagine some of the fear, some of that fear and negativity and pain and like some of that, all that historical bullshit, like just cut ties with that and let the light shine down, let everybody's energy elevate so that there's a better energy for him to be in anyway. Like Boston can release all of that negativity. Boston can release all of that pain that's wrought by the segregation and the fear. There's a lot of that pain and fear were brought by, poor Irish people feeling that they had to fight for something and it's an illusion. That's an illusion, right? We're all in it together. So we're just going to shine a light down on everyone in Boston so that they all elevate and they all feel the way we feel about humanity and race and Cam Newton.
Yeah, I'm feeling it already. I'm feeling a huge hug for the state of Massachusetts. It's pink and like rose quartz, that beautiful milky pink. And it's a huge hug because not only is it Massachusetts, but it's New England.
That's right. It's got to be everywhere.
Just spread it out all through New England, all the way down to Cape Cod, all the way up to Maine.
Yeah, into Connecticut, even a lot of Connecticut fans for
Connecticut
Patriots.
is not part of New England,
but you find there's in northern Connecticut, there's a lot of New England fans.
Oh, absolutely. I can tell you. They're confused. Connecticut is a very confused state. Because regionally, right? It's in this really weird place. So it's like, is it the tri-state? Is it New England?
Oh, I feel good about that. Yeah. Sending our love to Cam Newton. Sending our love to New England. I mean, I feel, as I say, I'm still feel confused that I'm like sitting here barracking potentially for New England. But
yeah, I want to extend a little bit of that light and love to his partner, Kia Proctor, because remember, you need a lot of support. So a lot of support is strength. So he's gonna need you to hold it down and be super supportive and loving. And I'm gonna extend that out to all the children so they know and give their daddy a lot of love. By the way, the name of his children are just adorable.
Really?
Yes. Chosen Sebastian Newton.
Oh.
Sovereign Dior Cambella Newton.
Oh, beautiful.
Kamita Swain Newton.
Yeah.
And Kashmir Saint Newton.
Oh, I love those names. Oh, Chosen. What a great name.
That's beautiful.
Sovereign's good too. Sovereign's powerful. Sovereign is a very powerful word.
It tells you a little bit about him, right? The name, the thought put behind the names. And I just want to send a lot of love to his whole family to please just support him and be there for him.
And also get a lot of self-care, because when you're the main support network, you got to get your help from somewhere too.
A lot of spa days. Okay, a lot of spa. Go to the spa, girl. Yes, do it. Do it.
And don't read the newspapers, for God's sake. Don't read Twitter. Don't read the newspapers. Just live your own life. Be in your bubble.
Yes.
Be in your love.
Unless it's this channel, because we love you and support.
Oh yeah. We're all about the love here. Well, we're not all about the love. Sometimes we can get some.
Because we just started this whole thing with, I hate this.
I got no love for crazy cat's eye. You know that.
It's true. That's so true.
It got me offside right away. Hey, if I know you've got a lot of notes, but my football team played this morning, and I checked out the highlights briefly, and they're just a lot better than the previous highlights in terms that they show the build up of the game more. They're a little slower, and you can see some of the rules a little bit better. So we didn't have to do that right now, but I just wanted to give us a heads up that like the highlights were like the last time we watched highlights, it was just like there was no connection between what was happening. It was just like little moments that make it really hard to understand. But what else was on your list?
Well, on my list, we already talked about football. That was the main football story that I had. But we always talk about basketball, and I just want to just bring you into a thought that I had and I have been having. about the WNBA.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like we don't give our sisters enough love.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Not enough love and support. And I was thinking about myself, about it. Why do I always, and then really, I thought that when a couple years ago, several years ago, there was this um, what's her name, Brittany G something. She came out to WNBA, and I thought for sure that I was in and I was going to watch all the time, and I didn't. I ended up not watching the WNBA as much as I thought I was. And then since then, I only watch once in a while, and if it's a championship game.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I started thinking about it, and I'm just like, is this internalized sexism? Like, is something like, what is it about it? Because they're beautiful players, and I think that I have in my head this expectation, because I've been such a basketball fan for so long, and it's always been men's basketball, that I have this expectation that the women have to play like the men for me to enjoy it.
Right.
And it's just not going to happen. They don't play that way.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting because I think I've thought a lot about it. When I was in high school, we had to do a kind of magazine as our English assignment, and my friend and I did one on sports, and part of it we had to do an investigative article. So I did a really long article about women in sports and how it has been portrayed. And I think that there is an interplay between, yes, expecting, like, we watch it a certain way, and like, honestly, sometimes when I watch, especially football, because the way they're hitting, the way they're running, the way they're agile is actually superhuman. It's amazing, but we get so used to watching it that it becomes sort of normalized, and you can't imagine how hard those hits are and all this sort of stuff. And so when you watch anything that's even a little bit less than that, it seems plodding and it seems slower, even though someone else might be doing something amazing. So I do think it's very hard to switch, but you do have to, like everything when it comes to masculine and feminine, you're not looking for the same things. Like, there is something different happening. But I also think in Australia, there's a game called netball that historically has only ever been played by women. It's only played by women professionally. And you always saw it in like the Commonwealth Games. And there were always kind of, into world championships and things like that would get some play. But I feel like my generation was the first generations whose dads came to watch us play. Like, right, my dad always came to watch me play. He would score. He would get mad at the women talking too much, and he was like really into the score. And I feel like somewhere along the line there, men in Australia realized that netball is an amazing spectator sport. And all of a sudden it started getting more support on TV. And all of a sudden the club game started getting like sold out stadiums, and they'd be on 3 p.m. on a Saturday live. And so I do think that, I can see all other sports at some point during the week on a network channel here in America. I can see not all, usually you need some kind of basic cable at least, but, at some point I can watch a basketball game, a baseball game, an NFL game on network TV or basic cable. I wouldn't have the first clue what channel WNBA is even on, so I do think it's a combination. Yes, there's something to change our minds, to depatriarch the mind is definitely there, but it is also about the support the media gives it. Are the talking heads getting together? Like, you can have this really tight game, there might be all these controversies going on, but if people aren't talking about it, then you don't know about it. Like, you don't know that coach did this and that team's moving to there. Like, all sports have those controversies. And if they're not being highlighted and talked about, then you don't have the excitement and the history and all that sort of stuff. So, I think if you had while the WNBA season was on, if you had like more games on live during prime time on, more accessible channels, then you'd probably find a bit more interested. But it's hard. There's a lot of competing things as well. I don't have time to watch all the sports I want to as it is. So
I know. That's the thing too, right? And we gotta work. We gotta work. We gotta work. We have our projects. We have our own things we got going on. So there's just so much time that we can invest in it. But I do want us to be inclusive.
I'm down with that.
I just want us to commit. For us at MSKS Sports to commit to highlight women's sports more, and also sports that just don't get a lot of attention because they're regional sports or they're just liked more in one place than another. I feel like even if it is for just a little bit, because when you hear these other sports channels, they talk about the same sports all the time.
Yeah,
Sometimes
yeah.
it's like so repetitive that I'm like, I'm done. And it's like there's just so much else going on. So there's so much more going on, but they're focused on the big one, the money makers.
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, I got into downhill alpine skiing thanks to my stepdad. The bike races, I love me a Tour de France. Oh, that is good times. Talk about teamwork. The way the half pipe was, that makes me. Oh, so no, the funnel today when they were knocking out the oranges, that made me think of Tour de France. Australian rules football has a very strong female competition that only started a few years ago with huge support. And it's interesting because people say they're not playing like the men. It's like, well, first of all, they're still amateurs. And second of all, they actually are playing like the men played 25 years ago when the men were still amateurs. You know, and to see, you know, a game like Australian rules football, which is so physical, and women are in there, you know, they are tackling hard, leaping, jumping, you know, but that field is so big. Like, I mean, yeah, I'm definitely down there. Also, WNBA draws a lot more Australian players than the NBA does. So there's a lot of like, yeah, my cousin got really high up in Victorian, which is my state basketball. And so some of the girls that she played with ended up coming over and playing in the WNBA, which is cool. You've sent me something. Let me see.
Yeah, I did send you something because, you know, in our, you know, quest to highlight certain sports, I don't know if you've ever heard of Calcio Storico, Fiorentino.
No.
Okay, so I got introduced to this sport recently.
Should I share my screen?
I don't think they would mind.
Yeah.
So
right. Let me
this sport is a combination of football, American football, maybe even Aussie rules. It has that vibe to it, and it's also boxing and wrestling and rugby all put together.
Damn, that's a lot of things. Hang on, trying to make sure we've got the right thing here.
So this is a sport that has been around for thousands of years.
Wow.
Okay?
Where is it played?
Florence, Italy. I want to see one of the, and the thing is, they only play a couple times a year.
Okay.
I wanna, there's only one Calcio Storico tournament a year. Only one. And then the best play each other. So if you're the best, you get to play twice.
Okay. What the hell?
Yeah, isn't it beautiful? I love it. Because you know me,
wait,
I love MMA, I love wrestling, and I love boxing. Look at this. Look at this.
So people are boxing off the ball. They're wrestling, and the ball's nowhere nearby. What is happening? That's
why I've been wanting to text you about this for like weeks. And I'm like, no, I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for our next episode. I'm waiting for our next episode. So you could see this. This is Kath, this is a trip waiting to happen. Okay.
Yes. Oh my God. I have to ask my brother-in-law is from Lucca, which is from Lucca. And I went to Florence, and I'm just curious what his family know about this. Is it just Florence? Is it the whole Tuscan region? Like,
no, just Florence. You have to be born in Florence in order to be part of the team. And once you're in a team, you're in a team for life.
Yes. That is the best. Oh my God. I love their pants. What are the other teams? Do all teams have different colors? Because those are great.
No, the teams are just colors. White, red, blue, green. There's like a handful of teams. There's not that many teams. I mean, think about it. They only get to play once, twice if you're good.
Wow. Wow.
So this sport was created 2,000 years ago by Roman legionnaires.
It does remind me a little bit of Aussie rules, right? Like I can see how Like I feel like Aussie rules definitely started out as just like 40 guys with a ball and no rules, and it gradually coalesced around some rules. And this is what that reminds me of.
Okay. I also want to add that these athletes do not get paid. They do this for the love of the sport.
Yep.
And once they're in the team, they're in the team for life. And there's a show called Home Game. It's on Netflix. I highly recommend it. And they were interviewed. These athletes were interviewed in one of their episodes. And the love and support they get from their city.
Right.
But they all have jobs. They are IT, they're bouncers, they are cooks, chefs. They gotta work.
So they're trying to keep as many people on the ground as possible so that they can make their plays.
Exactly.
I see now. Oh, I love how something like this gradually starts to filter through to you. And that guy's all taped up.
Yeah, and one of the things, I actually saw this whole championship game. Mm-hmm. One of the things I just want to say to the white team is next time, do not use tape that says fragile, okay, as your tape to tape yourself up.
That's not a good idea. That's
other tape.
Seriously, who's using that?
Look, there's one guy. Look at him right there. You see him?
No, I don't see him. There's too many things to see. I don't know.
Your eyes going on because you're just seeing it right now. But once your eyes settle and you start understanding the game, you start seeing the details. Because number one, I love these culottes.
Oh yeah.
You know I love me in sportswear.
Yeah.
Those culottes are to die for.
Yep.
And then some of them use tape to, I guess, to like for their culottes not to like sag or whatever. And one of these guys, I think.
So it's not the tape of the arm; it's the way they've
it's just
kept his pants up.
Tape.
I see.
He found it. See how he has tape. He has red tape.
Yeah. Do you reckon 2,000 years ago they would have worn clothes at all to play this? Maybe loincloths, right?
They were crazy back then. Their first match was February 17th, 1530. And I am sure that they wore more clothes and probably even like
1530. Yeah, that's.
They probably wore chainmail.
Yeah.
They were crazy. They were crazy. I do have this one quote from King Henry, one of the King Henrys. I'm not sure which one. He said that Calcio Storico is too small to be a war and too cruel to be a game. I love that quote.
Good. That's good. Yeah. 1500s. Henry. You said Henry, right?
King Henry.
King Henry. Yeah. I'm gonna guess. Let's see if I'm right. The 7th, because I think Henry VIII was a little bit later.
Oh my God! Look at this sport, is amazing. And the thing is that you get into it. At first, I was like, "This is too much. This is too much." But then once you start seeing and how they play and how they strategize, so like literally they gang up and beat up people so they can get out of the way so they can score.
That's amazing. Oh, and now they're actually moving the ball. Yeah, no, this is great. You have been sitting on this. You knew I would love this.
I knew it. I knew it.
You've been holding out on me. I love it. Oh my God. It's funny too. There's so I went to Siena, which when I was in Italy, and they have this huge, the palazzo, the big square, and every year they have a massive horse race, and that's been going on for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. And Siena is divided up into these different suburbs, and each suburb has its own flag and its own, like they've got a panther, they've got different, and so they're all the ones that back the horses that race around, and they all have like sister cities in different places. And these two have been going at it for a while. That guy in the red had it over him for 4. Whoa.
Yeah, I mean, and think about it, these guys get injured and they pay for their own stuff. Like, it's amazing.
Oh, well, they have socialized healthcare in Italy, so.
Oh, good for them.
Yeah. It's not as serious as it'd be.
Oh my God. You know, me and my parents, man, I'm like, you paying for those bills yourself?
Yeah. No, they would have socialized healthcare. That's when I first came to America and I wanted to play because they've got New York City has a good Australian rules football team, and they have the female team, it's Collingwood Magpies or the New York Magpies. So they have the Lady Pies, and they begged me to join. They begged me to join and play, but I'm like, I don't have good enough health insurance to play a full contact sport in this country, people. So you enjoy your death match, and I will keep my body together. Damn, look how many people are down now.
Mm-hmm. It's beautiful.
Yeah, so we have to go see this live, don't we?
Yeah.
It's the rules now.
The 2019 champs are the red team.
Okay. And this is the championship game, or is this one of the?
This is the championship game.
Yeah.
Just to summarize, this is about an hour and a half long game.
I see. Yeah.
And the Reds win, which is why I'm sending out a message to the white team, because the white team, as soon as I saw the white team come into the field, and I saw that tape holding up that guy's pants, saying fragile, I already had a feeling that the white team was not going to win, because everything has to move towards winning.
Yeah, that's right. And you can't put something that has like that energy on it, right? Like we believe in that. So like the reason I don't have a tattoo is because I'm not sure, like any symbol may change its meaning to me over time. Any words, anything, could change its meaning. And now it's on my body. But I feel like, fragile. You're just putting that energy out there. Also, there are more white players wearing shirts, which to me also seems like a bad move. Like that to me shows weakness, that you're worried about either you're like, no one's looking at your pecs, dude. Like that, I mean, I am, but if, only if you're good looking. If you're not good looking, then we won't look at it, and it's fine. We worry about your sporting prowess, or maybe they're worried about like the dust, like the scraping of the dust or something. But it shows weakness to me. Whereas most of the red teams seem to be. Maybe
now
I'm
you're
wrong.
getting it, Kat. Now you're getting it. That's what this type of sports that it's about, like beating somebody up. Everything matters, like the way you walk in, what you're wearing, the words you're wearing on your clothing, or the words you're saying. Is he just drinking water like in the middle of everything?
And who are these guys in? Are these like referees that wear the black shirts?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Look at
this. It's amazing. And it also reminds me of hockey. You know how hockey stops for all of a sudden and they just fight, they duke it out? It does have that vibe to it too. It's amazing. Look at this. It's amazing.
It's fantastic. How did you come across this?
Well, I was watching that show Home Game from Netflix.
Oh, Netflix. Okay, Home Game Netflix.
And I learned about this sport, and I was just like, whoa, this is amazing. Like, more people need to know about this.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah. And one of the I think is it the red team? He actually doesn't live in Florence anymore, but he lives Florence adjacent. And when his wife was about to have the baby, he made sure that he had that baby in Florence, because if that baby is not born in Florence, he won't be able to play when he decides. And he's like, I don't know if he's gonna. Maybe he'll be a ballerina. I don't know, but I want him to have the choice of playing this game.
Yep, that makes sense.
So you have to be born in Florence.
Yep, that makes sense.
It's amazing. I love it.
Now, this is not a coronavirus friendly game. I was thinking about how like they should be able to bring football back, right? Because they've got helmets on. They're not going to be breathing on each other.
That's it.
But this might have to wait till 2021 to come back, I'm guessing.
Yeah, so we have time, but and the thing is that you only do we can only do updates on this sport like once or twice a year, honestly, because there's no updates.
Yeah, it's true. But then, I mean, I'm curious about, so you say like once you're on a team, you can't change teams, but surely you still have to show form to get picked. Like, you can't just say like, I'm 80 and I still want to play. Like there must be some rules around. So obviously you can't switch teams, but you still have to be good enough for them to select you, or like, I'm curious about that kind of stuff. There's a lot for me to dig into here.
Yeah. I mean, look at them. They're so physically fit. You have to be. Look at this.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And the best part is, Kat, guess what they win at the end?
What?
A cow.
Yes. What? Just one cow?
One cow. One cow that they parade before the game all over Florence.
Yeah.
Like model. And then at the end, whatever team wins gets to butcher that cow and eat it up. And usually it's I think that's what happens, is like it's for the team, but everybody ends up eating it because it's a cow. Come on.
Yeah. I got you. Oh, that's cool. So it's interesting to me because there's so many people punching and fighting and stuff, but they don't seem to go after the person with the ball. But I guess it's everyone's protecting the person with the ball. That's the whole thing. So to me, it seems like, why aren't you going after them? But they know, well, as soon as I go for him, there's going to be 5 guys punching me. Like, that's kind of, I assume, the strategy there. Very interesting. This has been good. Yes, very good.
When you have time, get into it. I think you're gonna really enjoy getting to know the different
Fragile.
players.
I see it. I see it.
You see it?
Yes. Oh.
Not a good move, bro.
Oh my God. Amazing. All right. I've got more to dig into here. Well, I think I'm gonna have to cut it short a little bit this week, my dear.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah. I just really need a nap.
Good. I want to go make some rice pudding.
Oh, good. Yeah. Full moon tomorrow, 12:44 a.m. Eastern time, Sunday night. So really tomorrow night, 4th of July you're going to see full moon in the sky. I've got a ritual to run tonight. I'm feeling really run down. I just got to gather some energy.
Absolutely. And you just gave Cam Newton a lot of energy. So.
What'd you say, darling?
You just gave Cam Newton a lot of energy, so you need to replenish.
That's true. Yeah. But that's okay. That's just universal energy. We were just the conduit to get it there. Mm-hmm. Well, very good. Let me get back to just the two of us.
Just the two of us.
Oh, good. I was worried I wasn't in gallery view, but I was. So we should have that working all right. So I think I don't know if we can do the next one live because it's the 9th of July and I assume it'll be around 3 p.m. So that'll be a Thursday, I think. So we'll have to check out because I may be able to, but I'm probably going to be in training for my new job and I might not be able to duck out. So we might have to do a recap of the next event. I'm not sure what it is yet, but we want to be, so we might just have to find a time and do a recap. But if we can do it live, we will. We don't want to let everybody down. We know everyone loves to sit with MSKS Sports to get their marble passion.
That's right. This is your place for that marble news.
I really want to get together. We see all the comments on the main feed, people just as passionate about this stuff as we are. So we've got to find our people.
That's right. So until next time, Kath.
Until next time, 7.
And I'm going to stay here until you shut it down. So you're not all by yourself.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. Well, we've been MSKS Sports. And this is where I've got to get better at because I don't know what screen I'm trying to find. That's the problem. I've got to escape from there. I've got to go to the live streaming thing. Learning the skills.
Learning new skills.
I think actually if I just stop it from Zoom, it'll work. So yeah, that's been MSKS Sports. Sometimes informed.
Passionate.
Always passionate. Bye.
Bye.